How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Satoshi Club, where today I'm gonna talk about the key differences we have between Facebook's Metaverse or Meta and Decentraland, and also Sandbox, just because we wanted to add a little bit of spice to it. So let's just start with the two key differences in these metaverses, right? And then let's review all of their websites, see what they're all about, how they're working, and at the end of the video I will do a little chart analysis to compare Meta's stock with Decentraland's crypto price action, just to see that, you know, maybe they're correlated in some way, shape, or form. Because back in the day when Facebook released the info that they're going to be called Meta from now on, Decentraland surged about 400% in 1 week. So it definitely has some connection. Now, first and foremost, what is the key difference, right? First of all, the Decentraland is actually a reality. So the metaverse is there already, people are playing in it, and all you need to do is head on over to the website, press the download button or open it in your browser, and you literally spawn in an area with a lot of other players that are there. You can text chat with them, you can voice chat with them, you can walk around, you can play mini games with them, you can buy your own land, you can, enter your own land, you can sell your own land, you can make money passively by just being a part of this ecosystem. So that's pretty cool, and it makes perfect sense that people are using Decentraland because it is a working metaverse. But up until now, Facebook has only been a concept, right? The Facebook metaverse, or Meta, or however you want to call it. Decentraland also is completely decentralized. It's built on the blockchain, and it gives its users full ownership of their digital assets. Whereas at the same time, Facebook is a centralized governing body, so their metaverse can never really be completely decentralized, right? Facebook takes your data, Google takes your data. This is something that, Mark Zuckerberg has appeared in front of, the federal authorities of monetary or whatever, privacy policies and all this stuff. He's appeared in front of them at hearings explaining these situations and, defending his company. Now, it's also important to know that Decentraland is not the only metaverse out there. You have, Sandbox, you have even ApeCoin that is considered a metaverse as well, because these guys are building their own game. You have ICP, you have Theta Network, which is a decentralized video sharing platform. And a lot of these things are out there that are not really in the true shape or form of the metaverse that Facebook is idealizing, but they are some forms of digitally connecting different people, different creators, different blockchain and crypto and enthusiasts for creating something that's cool, right? Now, Sandbox and Mana have a very specific type of concept, right? You're playing an actual web-based game to interact with other people, and you are able to make some tokens for your time. Facebook, on the other hand, is a little bit different, where they're catering more towards the business of things, right? They're trying to make a full-on VR capable metaverse where you're able to head on into your office, from your, for example, right now I'm at home, I put my VR headset on and I walk into my office and I start interacting with people. So that's kind of what Facebook is aiming to do. And also, augmented reality and all of this stuff, these plugins for companies to start using the metaverse. And it's a cool vision and everything, but they are very early. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. I mean, Facebook is, known to be very smart when it comes to this type of decisions, but what they did was essentially start losing money now because they switched to the metaverse very, very early, right? We're still not going to be using VR headsets for, in my opinion, at least 10 years from now. Like, there's no sense that we're going to start using VR headsets until, for example, some huge company out there, such as Meta or such as Apple or such as Google, release a pair of sunglasses that you're able to, walk into the metaverse with. Now, that's the point where the metaverse becomes completely mainstream. But until that happens, I don't see it really going mainstream. But let's move on. The prospective Facebook metaverse is delivered completely in 3D, and you need a VR headset to access it. Now, at the same time, they are saying that the idea is that you're right there with people no matter how far we actually are, and that's the whole core concept of the Facebook metaverse. On the other hand, Decentraland, I don't know if you've played it, but it's just simply, it's not too good of a game, right? It's not too good. There's better games out there, but the fact that they proved this concept that a metaverse works, that people can go ahead and buy land, that they can buy sand, that they can buy all this stuff, it's really cool, right? And just the fact that a lot of people are using it and more people are actually hopping on board, it means that their project was a success. Even though they're only a web-based platform right now, they may be introducing VR in the future, which would be a completely normal thing to do. Now, which metaverse will actually succeed? Well, we don't know. Personally, and currently, people are actually making money on the Decentraland metaverse while having fun. And at the same time, on Facebook, people are not really making money from the metaverse because the metaverse is still a concept. So currently, Decentraland is working really well. But I'm guessing that these two things just cater to two different types of audiences, right? You have Facebook, which is catering to more business-minded people, more day-to-day interactions, more, stuff that can be useful. Decentraland is more of a game, right? You don't want the metaverse to be a game, if you understand what I'm saying. And I think this is what Facebook thinks as well. If it's a game, then it's something that you do in your free time. Then it's something that you're not going to be spending a lot of time in, and you're not going to be productive inside of it. But if it's built to replicate the real world, that's what the true metaverse actually is, no matter how scary that actually sounds, right? The metaverse is an exciting and innovative idea, just to conclude, from Facebook's side. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Decentraland and crypto push the metaverse stock very nicely in a good direction. Meta may just simply take over at this point and bring it to new levels over the next 5 to 10 years. Now, you are free to check out Facebook's website, see how these guys are using AR or Spark AR at Coachella to create these captivating experiences. And, they're basically trying to put the metaverse in the mainstream. Try to get it more alive by using augmented reality, by using virtual reality, by doing demos, by creating digital characters and all this stuff. And it's pretty cool, right? But they don't have a working and finalized product at this point just yet, which is why we're gonna have to wait and see what happens in the future. Now, Decentraland itself, it's pretty cool, right? I do recommend you start exploring. You open it in your browser or something, just enter the game as a guest and see how it actually looks, because it's gonna be pretty cool. But then you can't really do anything unless you buy some land, unless you buy an NFT and all of this stuff, which is okay. There's always gonna be entry barriers for stuff, but personally, from my experience, the game is not really too interesting. It's not really too good. So I think there's gonna be competitors out there, such as the Sandbox, that are gonna beat Decentraland, and there's gonna be many more of them coming out with their own metaverses, such as the Ape Coin or whatever. But it's good that Decentraland actually made this push and started pushing in the right direction when it comes to the metaverse stock. Now, the Sandbox is for me probably even cooler than Decentraland, because it is a little bit newer, but at the same time it is incorporating a few things that Decentraland didn't actually manage to incorporate. And the gameplay is, for me, a little bit better, but you have all of these other voxel art features. For example, you're able to create voxel art with Vox Edit on their in-house platform. You have a marketplace for selling, buying, and doing stuff. I mean, Decentraland has the same as well. You have a game maker. We can make your own games and play them with your friends, right? That's really cool. Land purchasing, it's very nice. It's very easy to do. Game maker funds, and then you have the Sandbox, 2D and 3D. You got a lot of these articles that you are able to check out on their website as well. But, Sandbox and all this competition in the metaverse can only be a good thing. And this is why I'm very excited to see where it goes. Because when you think about it, the metaverse is a really cool concept that just needs to get a little bit more mainstream before people start adopting it. Like, people are going to start making virtual websites rather than the websites you see now. So instead of, looking and scrolling to see things, you're going to be looking left and right with your VR headset to see the products and services that a company is introducing, right? Stuff like that. Who knows what the future is going to bring. But, for the end, okay, let's move this Black Friday sale. Oh, yeah, did I show you? There's so many metaverses out there that you are able to take advantage of. It's crazy. And, I'm just excited to see what the next bull run will bring and what, kind of projects we will see in the next bull run emerging as the winners. So if you have any ideas, drop a comment down below, drop a like if you enjoyed the video so far. And just for the end, let's take a little look at, some of these tokens on the chart. For example, Sand, right? Sand is, not really in the best position right now. but it's not really in too bad of a position as well, because what we can see is some stable growth, right? Since inception, it just keeps going up, creating these correction patterns, and you know, moving in somewhat of a very nice direction. Now, we did have a zone of you know, resistance slash support form around this area. We did break below it. Currently, we are sitting at another zone that's very significant that, you know, we could you know, bounce up from, but it's very likely that we do continue moving a little bit more down as these rate hikes are continuing. So I would be waiting for Sandbox around the 0.16 to 0.18 dollar level for a potential purchase, right? But as you can see, the chart itself, you know, it's creating somewhat of a very nice correction pattern, and I only expect it to keep going up in the future. It's only a question of time and a question of how long we're going to see the price consolidating within this area before we make a break and start moving above these zones of support. Now we have Mana as well, which is probably also, you know, not doing the best. It's falling, but you know, it's falling because you know, it pumped crazily over the past few years. Like, these are insane increases in price. And as you can see, the situation that I mentioned before is right here, where Meta announced, you know, right here, that they're gonna, you know, change the name to Meta, right? Facebook. And yeah, Mana just absolutely exploded. But as you can see, Mana is also kind of moving down. We are at a zone of support currently, so we could see some nice movement from it in the upcoming weeks or, you know, days. But if we do continue going down, we have a next zone of support around the 0.18 dollar level as well, pretty similar to what's it called, you know, Sand intuitively, but that's where I would be waiting for this price action to emerge. And lastly, if we go to Meta platforms, right, on the Nasdaq, we can see that it also has kind of been falling since the end of this bull run that was caused by printing of money and all this stuff I mentioned in so many videos before. And currently we may see a little bit of a move up, but yeah, it's very likely that Facebook does keep making a little bit more losses, you know, after a brief correction towards the upside before, you know, potentially starting to make a reversal pattern and continuing to move up once again. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below with your favorite thoughts and opinions. And I'm going to end the video here. I'm not a financial advisor, and you should do your own due diligence before investing into anything in the blockchain or crypto or NFT or metaverse world. And I will see you all in the next video.